Hello students, I am here to take first chapter of history in second PU syllabus. I think in last year you have studied world history, in that different civilization of the different parts of the world, like civilization of Egypt, civilization of China, civilization of Mesopotamia, and then it comes revolutions, American Revolution, French Revolution, Russian Revolution, then Renaissance of Europe. So everything you have studied in last year, that is world history. But this year you will be studying Indian history. I think it will be a proud moment. Being Indians, it's our right to study Indian history. So comparing to last year, it will be a good year for you as far as history syllabus is concerned. So we will start with first chapter, that is impact of geography on Indian history and sources of Indian history. Okay, let me tell the meaning of this word, impact. What is impact? The definition of this word is, the meaning of this word is action of one object which coming forcibly or not forcibly contact into another. So that is impact. We may say like this also, impact means it's an effective influence on another. It may be in the form of things, it may be in the form of subject, it may be in the form of individuals, and it may be in the form of places, whatever it. So impact means effective influence. So effective influence of geography. What is geography? Of course, it's one of the very important subject in our academic sphere. But the meaning of geography, it means it's a features of earth. Geography means features of earth. It tells the features, different types of features of earth, that is geography. So effective influence of features of earth related to India on Indian history. Hope you are understanding what I am trying to tell. So impact of geography on Indian history, and we will be studying one more important topic in this chapter, that is sources of Indian history. So without sources we cannot construct any history, or without sources we can't understand history properly. So that is why before studying Indian history, before go through on that, we should have some consciousness related to this thing, sources also. So that is why sources, we will be studying sources in this particular chapter. So one by one we will study. So first, impact of geography on Indian history. So introduction of this chapter is like this. See, One famous epic work, Vishnupurana, according to Vishnupurana says, the extent of India exactly. It's an ancient record we have as far as Indian extent is concerned. So, once upon a time, India was called as subcontinent. Still, subcontinent. What's the meaning of subcontinent? Distinguished area, of course. Beyond that, there is one more meaning related to this subcontinent. Being a subcontinent country, India surrounded by several countries. For example, countries like Pakistan, one side we have country like Pakistan, another side China, Bhootan, Myanmar, and in southern part, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh. See, there are many countries surrounded by Indian Oceans, Indian boundary. So, because of this thing only, India is considered subcontinent country. See, India is a subcontinent country because of this thing only. So, Vishnupurana says that country which lies down in the north, we have snowy mountain called Himalaya. One side we have snowy mountain called Himalaya, another side in South Ocean. So that is Bharata according to Vishnupurana. One of the important shloka tells related to this extension of country like this. One side, this country having snowy mountain Himalaya, on another side ocean. So that is Bharata according to Vishnupurana. So we have different names for our country in a different chronological time. There are many names such as Bharata, Bharatakanda, Bharatavarsha, Hindustana, Jambudvipa, India. See, several names. There is a reasons behind all these names. Of course, there should be some reason behind everything. Here also we have reasons behind all these names. For example, Bharatakanda, Bharatavarsha, Bharata. All these three names came into existence because of one of our proud king, proud ruler, Bharata. Bharata, he was a famous king of this country. He was a son of Dushyanta and Shakuntala according to Mahabharata epic. He was a son of Dushyanta and Shakuntala. He ruled about several decades. So, he was a great ruler. Because of this king Bharata, his area, his country called as Bharata, Bharatakanda, Bharatavarsha according to one sources. And Jambudvipa. For Jambudvipa also we have some reasons. There is one reason according to Jaina, Bauddha and Hindu Puranas. It is because of blackberry fruit. Blackberry fruit. There is one type of fruit called blackberry. So because of that blackberry fruit, Jambudvipa, this place was called as Jambudvipa. And afterwards, Hindustan. Hindustan, how this name came into exist? Not because of what we are thinking is because of Hindu religion, not like that. Because of Sindhu, the word Sindhu. What is Sindhu? Sindhu, it's a major river of this country. One of the very important river of northern part of India. So on the banks of the river Sindhu only our first ever civilization occurred, established, that is Harappan civilization. So on the banks of the river Sindhu our first civilization occurred. So because of this Sindhu, abbreviated as Hindu by Persians in one time, that is why this Sindhu become Hindu into abbreviated version. As abbreviated form, this Sindhu became Hindu. So the area of Sindhu become Hindustan, Sindhustan, Hindustan. And afterwards, during British time, one more name came into exist for our country, that is India. How this word India came into exist? There is also same reason, Sindhu again, another abbreviated version, Indos became India. So how Indos? Because of this Sindhu, Indos and India. So like this name India came into exist, came into practice. So we have several names for our country. One is Bharatavarsha, Bharatakanda, Bharata, Jambudvipa, Hindustana and India. This is how in a different chronological time we have different names for a country. So during ancient period, particularly North India was called as Aryavarta. You should remember this word, Aryavarta. Aryavarta. Here Arya one word, Varta another word, Arya. There is one important race of our country, that Arya's place, Varta, Arya's place where these people were living, that is Aryavarta, that is northern part of India. Especially during Harappan civilization and afterwards Vedic civilization, this word was in practice, especially for northern part of India. Same time, southern part of India was considered as Dakshinapatha. Dakshinapatha. Patha means way. Dakshinapatha, South India. So during ancient time, northern India was called as Aryavarta, southern India, South India was called as Dakshinapatha. So this was about the introduction of India as far as ancient time is concerned. So next we moved on to another topic that is very important one, that is impact of geography on India. Impact of geography, this one, impact of geography on India. See, geography means, as I told you already, it's a feature of the earth. Also, we may also tell physical features of our country. It's a very different types of physical feature we have in our country. So one by one we have to study. We have Himalaya, that is snowy mountains in the north, Himalaya, and in that also Vindhya, Aravali, Sahyadri. We can mention these three very important mountains, Vindhya, Aravali and Sahyadri. So in the north we have physical feature called Himalaya, snowy mountain, and northern plains. Next one is northern plains, and another one is dense forest, desert, coastline, that is oceans. Deccan Plateau. So these are our main and important physical features. Main physical features of our country is like this. I will repeat again. Snowy mountain called Himalaya. In that Aravali, Sahyadri, and then northern plains, dense forest, desert, Deccan Plateau, coastline. These are the very important physical features of our country. So now, one by one, we should know about these things. First one is Himalaya. Himalaya. What is the greatness of this Himalaya? What is the importance of Himalaya as far as Indian history is concerned? It is like a protective version of our country, for our country, and it's a barrier. Enemy can't cross this easily from ancient period onwards till. So it is like a barrier. Enemy can't cross this easily. It's a protective version for our country. And also it has given birth to several great rivers like Ganga and Yamuna. So that created northern plains. See the links. How these links. Himalaya, it has given birth to several rivers. So that rivers created northern plains. That too very fertile one. Very fertile one, northern plains. Second one is northern plains. Northern plains. See, Himalaya given birth to rivers. That rivers created this northern plains. That is very fertile one, northern plains. On that northern places only, our great civilization like Harappan civilization, Vedic civilization occurred. That is the great thing. That is called impact of Indian history. That is geography on Indian history, impact of geography on Indian history. This is the link. And this northern plains called as cradle of civilization, cradle of Indian civilization, because there only our first civilization occurred, that is Indus Valley civilization, that is Harappan civilization on the banks of the river Sindhu, that is in northern plains. Our first ever civilization occurred. That is why this northern plains called as cradle of civilization. And also we should know two passes. That is, you should remember this, because 2-mark question can be asked on this. We have two important passes, that is Khyber and Boleyn. Two passes. That is Khyber and Boleyn. Passes. Khyber and Boleyn. This can be asked for 2-mark question. Very important two passes. It's a very fertile one, and also these two passes created or connected cultural as well as commercial contact with West. That is the importance of these two passes. It has connected East and West as far as culture is concerned, as far as commercial is concerned. Commercial and cultural contact begins with these two passes called Khyber and Boleyn. During ancient time, there was no such another way to create a link between East and West. This is the only one link to connect west with east. So this is connected west to east as far as culture is concerned, as far as commercial activities is concerned. So one is northern plains is related to fertility and cradle of civilization, passes Khyber and Boleyn. What's the importance of Khyber and Boleyn? That has connected west with east as far as culture and commercial activity is concerned. And next comes desert and dense forest. Third one is desert. Desert and dense forest. Why I use these two simultaneously? Because there is one reason. Desert and dense forest, which caused people to become hard-working and warlike. You should remember this word. As far as dense forest and desert is concerned, people become hard-working as well as warlike in these two areas, desert and dense forest. Why? Because for them it is inevitable to become warlike, to become hard-working. If there is no hard-working, if there is no sense of war, people can't live in that particular area. That is why I use the word inevitable. If they want to live in this particular area called desert and dense forest. So feature of dense forest and desert is warlike people and hard-working people. That is the importance of desert and dense forest. Deccan Plateau also, you can add a Deccan Plateau also with this same feature. Deccan Plateau and desert and dense forest, same features we have. And next comes oceans, coastal line. Fifth one is oceans. Fifth one is oceans or coastal line. So this is the media of transport during ancient time. Ancient history, this played a very important role, because I told you, as I told you already, there was the only way to create link between west and east during ancient time. That's why these ports played a very important role during ancient time. So media of create links between west and east. It's a means of connection. We may say like this also, it's a means of connection. These oceans and coastlines are the means of connections. And next one is geographic diversities. Geographic diversities. Another important topic is geographic diversities. Geographic diversities, we have different types of geographical conditions in our country. That is diversity. What's the meaning of diversity? Geography means, I told you, the features of earth, features of different regions. What's the meaning of diversity? Differentiation, different types, diversity. Different types of geographical environment we have, geographical conditions we have, and beyond that there is one more thing we should look. Different races, different types of races, different types of religions, different types of caste, different types of communities, different types of classes. So different types of races are living in one single country called India, and different language. See, more than 2000 language we have in one country. More than 2000 language. Just imagine the richness of our culture. It shows the richness of our culture. Go to another country like England and France and Australia, we have one or two languages. More than that, nothing. But in our country, we have 2000 languages. This shows the richness, the greatness of our culture. 2000 different types of languages we have, and different types of culture. India is famous because of culture only, mainly. We have different types of culture. See, I'll give you one best example. In every 30 kilometers, culture can be changed. Common culture can be changed. This is the speciality of culture. We have different types of culture in our country. This is called geographical diversity, and also river basin or valley. One more important feature, river basin or valleys. It made the country agrarian. Importance of river and valley, river basin and or valley is, it made people, or it made this country agrarian. One who involved themselves in the field of agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of our country, you know that. So it has made this country agrarian. This river valley, the river basin and valleys made this country as agrarian, into agrarian. And it has also witnessed birth and downfall, decline of several great dynasties. It has witnessed birth and fall of great dynasties. Dynasties like Maurya, Gupta, Kushana, Shatavahanas, Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas. See, it has witnessed, it has means this river basin and valleys witnessed all these things, and it has produced different types of rocks, different types of rocks. That rocks created, indirectly I am telling, that rocks created great monuments, great sculptures in the form of temples, in the form of basadis, in the form of tombs, in the form of mosque, in the form of church. See, this is called a link. Valleys, river basins created different types of rocks. That rocks caused for these great monuments and sculptures. See, and this climate resulted the growth of rich flora and fauna. One more important geographic diversity I am telling, flora and fauna, different types of flora and fauna. You know the meaning of flora and fauna. Different types of trees, plants, different types of trees and plants, and thousand types of animals and birds. Flora and fauna, different climatic condition caused for different types of flora and fauna. This is the speciality, diversity of our Indian geography. This is about geographical diversity and geographical features. And then we moved on to another topic, that is special features of Indian history. Okay, another topic of this particular chapter is related to special features of Indian history. special features of Indian history. Indian history is a very special thing for us because there was a great contributions, there was the greatest achievements. We have greatest kings like Ashoka, Moghavarsha Nrupatunga, Imadi Pulakeshi, Krishnadevaraya, like this. So contributions, achievements and individually personalities and great saints, philosophers. So in our history we can study everything. This is the greatness of our Indian history. That's why I use the word, we should be proud to being an Indian. It's our duty to know about our past. It's our duty to study our great history. Here it is special features of Indian history. There is some special features related to Indian history. One by one we'll study. First one is continuity of civilization and culture. Continuity of civilization and culture. See, here there are three words: continuity, civilization, culture. Continuity, continuous process, civilization, as you know, and culture, lifestyle, that is lifestyle. Continuity of civilized lifestyle related to India. That is one of the most foremost feature of Indian history. See, from the beginning, we may say from past 4,000 to 5,000 years, there will be no stop. Continuous civilization and the process of culture. That is the foremost feature of our Indian history. From the beginning, that is, Stone Age is different. From the beginning, so when our first civilized life begins, according to our syllabus, Indus Valley civilization. From Indus Valley civilization, afterwards Vedic civilization, and then Janapadas, and then dynasties. Like this, continuous process of civilization and culture. This is the first feature of our country. It didn't stop at all. It is continuing from Harappan civilization to till at present. That is the foremost feature. And second one is evolution in phases. Evolution in phases. Here, what's the meaning of evolution? Evolution means process of development gradually. Gradual development process. Evolution. Evolution phases. This is also what I told in first point. Same thing. Evolution. In the beginning, Harappan civilization. The next little development taken place during the time of Vedic period. We have created great epics in that time. During the time of Harappan civilization, there was no literary contributions, but afterwards we started to giving literary contributions to our culture, that is in the form of Vedas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, Vedas, Brahmanakas, like this. This is the contribution. So little development took place after the first civilization called Harappan civilization, and afterwards dynastical process. One after one dynasties, Mauryas, Shatavahanas, Kushanas, Gupta. See the development of culture. See the greatness of our king, contributions given by our great philosophers, scholars, immense. So like this gradual development process, that is called continuity of evolution in phases. And afterwards we can think like this also. One is like this, and phases means first one is our civilization, as I told you, Indus civilization and Vedic civilization and Janapadas and dynasties. Then Islamic period, Islamic influence. As far as culture and administration is concerned, in Islamic influence start in our country. That is one more phases. This is one more phases. Especially during the time of medieval Indian time, medieval Indian history, there was a Islamic influence on our culture, on our administration. That is one more phase. And afterwards, one more phase, that is Christian influence during the time of British India, when we are under the roof of British. So Christian influence on our culture. So that has created a marvelous diversity of culture. This is one more feature. This is like, I will repeat again, different types of phases we have in our history and culture. First phase is Indus Valley civilization. Next phase is Vedic civilization. Next is dynasties. Afterward is Islamic phase, and then Christian phase. This is called phases, evolution in phases. Next is, third one is foreign invasions. We are studying special features of Indian history. In that, third one is foreign invasions, foreigners attack. This country, India, witnessed several invasions, several attacks by foreigners in a different chronological period. Starts with Greeks and Persians afterwards, Hunas, Shakas, Arabs, Turks, Kushanas, Afghans, like this. Continuous attacks, continuous invasions. Why? Because of our great wealth, huge wealth. Not we can say great, huge wealth. During ancient times, we have huge wealth in different forms. So that has attracted foreigners. So they tried their best to grab it. Continuously, one after one, again and again, they tried to grab it as much as possible. So we have witnessed, this country has witnessed continuous attacks, continuous invasions. That is one more feature. And next is, this is very important, I think. In my opinion, this is very important feature among all, in my opinion. Dominant and tolerant Hindu faiths. Tolerant Hindu faiths. Tolerancy. Tolerant faith. What is the meaning of tolerance? It is related, it is equal to equality. In one version, it is like equality. Tolerance, we are all equal. We are treating everyone equally. Tolerance. There is no differentiation among people, among religion, among caste, among communities. So tolerance, attitude, tolerance, nature we have. We have given shelter to everybody. We have given shelter to several religions, several castes, several communities, people. So diversity, that is called unity in diversity. So that will be the next point. So our greatest feature is our tolerance nature, our dominant and tolerance nature and faiths. It's a home of Hindus, it's a home of Muslims, it's a home of Jains, it's a home of Buddhists, Christians, Parsis. See, this is called tolerance. We have two great concepts. We always follow this concept. We should not forget this. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Let all the people be happy. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Let all the people be happy. And one more concept, we believe Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This world itself is a family for us. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. This is the belief we have. This is the concept we believe. This is the feature of our culture. This is the feature of Indian history. And the fifth one is contributions to the world. This is also one more great feature of Indian history. Contributions to the world by Indians, by India. In which fields we have given our contributions? In almost all the field. We can't question in which field. In almost every field we have given our own as well as great contributions to this world. Take for example in the field of science. Any nations can't defeat India as far as ancient science and technology is concerned. That is the greatness of ancient Indian scientific sense as well as technology. In the field of science we have given great contributions. In the field of technology we have given contributions. In the field of medicine we have given great contributions. Sculpture, yoga, maths, astronomy, education, architecture, almost in all fields we have given greatest contributions to this world. That is the greatness of India. That is the greatness of feature of Indian history. This is the fifth feature. Next one is attraction for foreigners. Sixth feature of Indian history, attraction for foreigners. How we can define this point? See, give you one example. I'll give you one example. Daily more than 2 lakh people are visiting Taj Mahal. Daily more than 1.5 lakh people are visiting Kailasanath temple to see the greatest architectural witness, the greatest architectural example, Kailasanath temple. It's a monolithic temple built by Rashtrakuta king Krishna III. Like this, our monuments, our hill station, our tourism centers become the center of attraction for foreigners. That is the sixth points related to the feature of Indian history. And the last one is unity in diversity. Unity in diversity, one of the most and important feature of Indian history, of India. Unity in diversity. We have different types of culture. We have more than 2000 language. We have thousands of castes. We have more than 9 important religion in one country. We have thousands of community. We have hundreds of caste, thousands of caste. So this itself is a diversity, but we are all living in one country, that is unity. Our goal is same, to respect this country by being Indians. That is diversity. Our culture is different, our religion is different, caste is different, language is different, our thoughts are different, consciousness is different, everything is different, but we are all Indians. That is unity. So, unity in diversity is the most important feature of India. So, with this, we'll finish this topic, that is features of Indian history. So, in another topic, we'll go related to the topic called Introduction to Karnataka History and Sources of Indian History.